Hi, 大家好，我是 Jessica. I'm teaching Chinese in the Netherlands. And in this series of videos, I would like to talk about the common mistakes. And today we are talking about le. I know for those of you who have learned Chinese, you think, oh my gosh, this le. Every time when I want to use le, I'm so careful and I hope it will be right, and yet it's wrong again. Don't worry, most of the mistakes can be grouped into two types of mistakes. So I hope after this le theory, you could use le in the future more confidently. And today we will focus on the first type of mistakes. Now before we continue with the mistakes, let's first have a look of the basic functions of le. So there are two basic functions. First, le is used at the end of the sentence to indicate a new situation. The second one is verb plus the le to indicate an action is completed. So, and then we continue with the mistakes. And first big misunderstanding is that le equals to the past tense. No, le is not past tense. Look at this sentence. Le could also be used in the future. Le only indicates the action is completed, but it's not necessarily in the past. So, okay, if we know le is not the past tense, it will solve a lot of mistakes. Now, first one we say in the beginning, we say 我在了北京. 我在北京 means I'm in Beijing, but 我在了北京 is not I was in Beijing. So maybe your question is that then how do you express the past? So if you put a time 2013 我在北京, it's already indicate it happened in the past. So Chinese is not a language you need to change the verb to show it happened in the past. It's if you give a time out of the context and it was in the past, it's already indicate the past. So the same one for the second sentence. 我小时候很漂亮 means I was pretty during my childhood. You don't need to have le because le is not past tense. So when you say 我小时候很漂亮, 小时候 is childhood. It's very clear it happens in the past. So 我小时候很漂亮 is correct. Okay. And then let's have a look of this le at the end of the sentence. Dig, 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 dig. Le indicate a new situation. What does this new situation mean? So here we say two sentences. 我不吃肉. And the second one have a le at the end of sentence. 我不吃肉了. So the second one with le indicates the situation 我不吃肉 is new, which means before I do eat meat and now I don't. And the first one 我不吃肉 only focus on at this moment, now. They didn't give any information about before and in the future. So let's put that into the real context. So the first one, the sentence 我不吃肉 could be in the situation I went to a restaurant. I ask the waiter or the waitress, what is your recommendation? Yeah, and then I can tell her or him 我不吃肉 I don't eat meat. So that's only important at that moment. I don't eat meat at that moment. So it has no indication for what happened before and what happened in the future. Only state on that moment. While the second one, 我不吃肉了 could be in a situation I go out with my friends and my friends know that I always love eating meat And they said, hey Jessica, what should we order? Should we order the double cooked pork or the spicy chicken or the hot beef? And now I tell them, 我不吃肉了. It's like, guys, I eat meat before, but now I don't eat meat anymore. So this 了 indicates that this is a new situation. Before, it is different. So this means the new situation. I hope you get it. 了 a new situation. So here is another group of sentences. 今天下雨 and 今天下雨了. So the first one is only for that moment, and the second one shows a new situation for a change. So let's put it into the real context. The first one could be, my mom asked me, how is the weather today? I say, today it rains. That's it. So the second one, 今天下雨了, could be a situation that for many days it's very hot, it's very dry, and today I look out of the window, I say, 今天下雨了. That means it's different than before. There is a new situation, 今天下雨了. So the key word is that, do you want to indicate a change? Do you want to indicate this is a new situation? If you want to indicate this is new, before was different, then了. If you don't want to indicate the difference, don't use了, otherwise it's wrong. Look here, we have a sentence, 你聪明了, 你聪明了, which indicate that you are not smart before. So, remember, want to indicate a new situation, use 了. Imagine there is a classroom, the teacher has a question, and the students first give an answer. Well, unfortunately, the answer is not correct. So the teacher gives more hint and more help, and the students finally get the right answer. So the teacher should say, 你很聪明, you are smart. If in this case, the teacher said, 你聪明了, it will be very wrong because the teacher wants to indicate the students are smart. Always smart. Before are smart. Today is smart. Future is smart. The teacher don't want to indicate the new situation. The teacher don't want to imply that the students were stupid and now is smart. So in this case, you don't need to use. You don't use 了. You just say 你很聪明. You're smart. Okay. And I go back to the very beginning. We have this sentence. It's not correct because 了 is not past tense. But if you change the location of 了, 了 shows a new situation. 我在北京了, which shows 我在北京, I'm in Beijing is a new situation. That's perfect. That's a perfect sentence. So before I was not in Beijing, now I am in Beijing. So 我在北京了. Okay, I hope you get this. Indicate a new situation. So the key words today is that, do you want to indicate a new situation? Then了. If you don't want to indicate this new situation, like we said about the giving comments, then don't use 了. Okay. Thank you for watching. 谢谢你们 and 下次见. See you next time.